Now, exercise 11, question 1. It says, Nikita invested rupees 8,000 for 3 years, 5% compound interest in a post office. If the interest is compounded once a year, what sum will she get after 3 years? So here the question is asking about the amount. So amount, we already know it is P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power N. N is the number of years or the number of periods. Okay. Here P is given 8,000 rupees. So 8,000 into 1 plus 5 is the rate divided by 100 into to the power 3. Now we know the basic meaning of power, and here 5 by 100 is 1 by 20. Now 1 plus 1 by 20 is 21 by 20. So we have 8,000 into 21 by 20 cube. Okay, so it is 8,000 into 21 into 21 into 21 upon 20 into 20 into 20. 20 into 20. You see 20 into 20 into 20 is 8,000. So it is cancelled. And then 21 into 21 into 21 is 9261. So if you have done the cubes earlier, this will be very easy to solve. So 9261 rupees is the final amount in this case. Okay. Now the second question, if you see, it is on the similar lines. It says the compound interest on rupees 2,000 at 5% per annum compounded yearly for 2 years is. Now in this question, we don't have to find the amount, we have to find the interest. Okay. So, but in any case, first we have to find the amount, which is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power N. In this case, P is 2,000 into 1 plus R is 5 upon 100 and N is 2. Still 5 by 100 is 1 by 20. 1 plus 1 by 20 is still 21 by 20. So it is 2000 into 21 upon 20 square. So we have 2000 into 21 upon 20 into 21 upon 20. So 0, 0, 0, 0 gets cancelled. 2 cancels 20 10 times. Then this 2 cancels 10 5 times. So we have 5 into 21 square is 441. Now 5 into 441 would be equal to 5 ones are 5, 5 fours are 20. So 0 and 5 fours are 22. So it is 2205 rupees is the final amount. But we need compound interest value. The compound interest value is amount minus principal. Amount is 2205 minus principal is 2000. So our answer of the question would be 205 rupees. So in this case, we only need to find the compound interest value, that is 205 rupees. Now the next question, question number 3. It says, at what rate percent per annum will 1,000 amount to rupees 1331 in 3 years? We have the formula A equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power N. Here A is given 1331. P is given 1000. We have to find rate. So 1 plus R by 100 to the power N is 3. Now you see 1331 upon 1000. 1331 is 11 cube. 1000 is 10 cube. So if you remember cubes, it helps. Into 1 plus R by 100 to the power 3. So everything is in cubes. So if you remove cubes, you get 11 is equal to 10 into 1 plus R by 100. So simplify this to get 11 is equal to 10 plus 10 into R by 10, that is R by 100, that is R by 10. So it is 11 minus 10, that is 1 equal to R by 10. So R is equal to 10%. This is how we can calculate it. So one thing is very clear, if you really want to do well in compound interest questions, you have to memorize these squares and cubes very beautifully. Okay, as good as possible. Now let's take question number 4. It is on the similar lines. In fact, fourth question is a repeat question of question 1, but in a different order. Question says, what is the present? Find the present worth of rupees 9261 due 3 years hence. So we have to find the principal amount, and the final amount is given 9261. That is the question. Still the same formula. Amount is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power N. Amount is 9261 equal to P into 1 plus rate is 5. So 5 upon 100. N is 3. So we have 9261 is equal to P into this 5 by 100 is 1 by 20. 1 plus 1 by 20 is 21 upon 20 to the power 3. Now this is 9261 equal to P into 21 cube is 9261 and 20 cube is 8000. Right? So 9261 gets cancelled and principal amount or the present worth is 8000 rupees. So this is how this question becomes really easy if you remember the basic cubes up to 20, 30 values. Okay. Now let's take question number 5. Question number 5, it says amount is 800, principal amount is 800, rate is 5% and rupees 882 is the final amount. So A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power N. So we have to find N. Now A is 82. P is 800 into 1 plus R is 5. So 5 upon 100 to the power N. Now 882 upon 100, if you divide, it looks like, and this 5 by 100 is again 1 by 20. So by now you must have remembered 1 plus 1 by 20, that is 21 by 20 to the power N. Now 882 if you cancel by 2, it gets 441 and 800 gets 400. So 441 upon 400. Now 441 is 21 square, 400 is 20 square. So 21 upon 20 square is equal to 21 upon 20 to the power N on the other side. Hence it is very clearly visible N has to be 2 years. So the number of years in this case is 2 years. Alright. Now question number 6. This is a tricky question, you have to be careful. It says the compound interest on 10,000 rupees at 20% per annum. Remember, rate is always for a year. In this case, the time is 1 year, 6 months. Time is 1 year, 6 months. That means 3 half years. Why I'm saying 3 half years? Because the interest is calculated half yearly. So N is equal to 3. Right? You have to be very careful in such questions. Also, the rate is given 20%, but that is for the year. So I'll say this rate by default is always for a year. So it is 20% for 1 year. Here we need the rate for half year. So half year rate would be half of 1 year rate, that is 10%. And these values of R and N are to be used in our question. So we have to find the compound interest value. So first we calculate A, that is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power N. So it is equal to P is 10,000 into 1 plus R is 10 upon 100 and N is 3. Just be careful here. Okay. N is 3. So it becomes 10,000. Now this 0 cancels and we get 1 plus 1 by 10, that is 11 by 10. In one of the previous questions we have used this value, it is 10,000 into 11 cube is 1331 and 10 cube is 1000. So 0 cancelled and we get 13,310 rupees. This is the amount. This is the final amount. So the compound interest value will be A minus P, which is 13,310 minus 10,000, which is 3310. So the compound interest value is 3310 rupees. Alright. Now let's take up the next question. It says question number 7. It is a sum put out at 4% compound interest payable half yearly to 6632.55 in 1.5 years. Here it is 1. So again, I'll take it as time as 1.5 years. Here we don't need time, we need N. So, and because the interest is calculated half yearly, so in 1.5 year, number of half years will be 3. So N is 3. Be careful here. Now rate is 4%. So rate for half year would be 2%. Alright, you have to be little careful here. Okay. Now it says the amount amounts to 6632.55. So amount is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power N. Okay. So we have amount is 6632.55 is equal to P, we have to calculate, into 1 plus R is 2, so 2 upon 100 to the power n, that is 3. Alright, so here we have to, in fact, do not simplify 2 by 100 because we will get P into 102 upon 100 cube. Okay, and if you have done the cubes thing, we have done it earlier, it is 6632.55 equal to 102 cube will become 106, and then 2 square, that is 4 into 3, 12, and then 08. You can refer back to what we had done earlier, and 100 cube will be 1000000 and into P. So the value of P will be equal to 6632.55 into 1000000 divided by 1061208. Alright, now if you see this calculation, if you remove this decimal, these two zeros are gone to accommodate. So now we have P equal to 663255 into 10,000 divided by 1061208. Now we have to cancel these things very carefully. Let's do one thing. Divide by 4. 10,000 divided by 4 will give us 2,500. And 1061208 when divided by 4 will give us 4 2s are 8, then 26. So 4 6s are 24, 21, 4 5s are, then 12, 3, and then 0, and then 2. So it is 265302. Then further, if you divide by 2, you can divide by 2. Okay, so divide by 2, you get 1250, and this you will get, if you divide by 2, you will get 1 3, let's say 1 3 2, and then 13, so 2 6 are 10, that is 5, and then 1, so 132651. Okay, and if you look at this closely, 132651, 5 times is exactly, so check it, 5 ones are 5, 5 fives are 25, then 5 6 are, 5 6 would be, oh yes, it is 5 6 okay, so 5 ones are 5, 5 fives are 25, that is 2 carry over, 5 6 are 30 plus 2 32, 2 here, then 5 2s are 10 plus 3 13, 5 3s are 15 plus 1 16, 5 ones are 5 plus 1 6, so it is 5 times. Wow. So 5 into 1250. The final answer will be 5 into 1250, which is 6250 rupees. So I understand the calculation is different, maybe a little difficult also, but you have to practice it. There may be one-off questions like this. Alright, so the answer of this question would be 6250 rupees. Now, question number 8, it says the compound interest on rupees 12,000, so P is 12,000. The duration is 9 months, so T is 9 months. But it says, and the rate is 20%. Rate is 20%, but the rate for the year is 20%. Interest being compounded quarterly. Oh, now in one quarter, we have 3 months. In one quarter, we have 3 months. So our N would be, in a period of 9 months, how many periods of 3 months will be there? So there will be 3 periods. So N is equal to 3. And accordingly, the rate for quarter would be equal to, rate for the year is 20%. Now quarter is 1/4. So 20 by 4, that is 5%. Right? So be very particular about these things. Right? So interest is being compounded quarterly. So rate will be 1/4 of the yearly rate. So it is 5%. And the number of periods would be according to, for every 3 months there will be 1 period counted. So for the entire period of 9 months there will be 3 periods counted. So the amount, first we calculate amount, that is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power N. So 5 by 100 is 1 by 20. We have done it many times now. So it is equal to 12,000 into 21 upon 20 whole cube, which is 12,000 into 9261 upon 8000. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 is cancelled. 4 3s are 12, 4 2s are 8. So it is 3 into 9261 upon 2, which is 3 into 9261 will be 3 1s are 3, 3 6s are 18, 3 2s are 6 and 1 7, and 3 9s are is 27. So 27 783 by 2, which will be equal to 1 3 8, then 8 9 1.5 rupees. So this is the amount. So the compound interest value will be equal to amount minus principal amount. So it is 13891.5 minus 12,000. So it is equal to 1,891.5 rupees. So these questions are pure calculation based, but not very difficult ones. Alright, please try and understand that. Now, the next question, one of the very interesting ones and direct question. It says the difference between simple interest and compound interest on rupees 60 for 1 year at 10% per annum reckoned half yearly, right? Now half year means there are 2 periods, right? So what we do is we have already done for 2 periods in 1 year. In 1 year there would be 2 half years. Okay. Now whenever there is a situation of 2 periods, the difference between, I hope you remember, the difference between compound interest and simple interest is straight away equal to P into R square upon 100 square. Just be careful that R is that period, R for the period. So for example, here it is half year, so it is half yearly period. Alright. So what we do is, the difference is already given. The difference given is how much? 60 rupees. Principal amount we have to calculate. R for the effective year, effective period is 5%. Why? The rate is given as 10% per annum. So half yearly rate will be 5. So it is 5 square upon 100 square. So from here we can calculate P. Alright, so it is P into 25 upon 10,000. Now 25 upon 10,000 would be 1 upon 400. So principal amount is 60 into 400, that is 24,000 rupees. So the principal amount in this case is 24,000 rupees. Right? It's a very simple understanding. The difference between compound interest and simple interest only for 2 periods. This is the very important thing. Only for 2 periods. So whether it is yearly period or half yearly period, that is immaterial, but the number of period has to be 2. Okay. Similarly, the 10th question. Now let's do it directly. The difference of compound interest on rupees 800 for 1 year at 20% per annum when compounded half yearly and quarterly. Okay. Now this will be done differently because this is not a question of compound interest and simple interest. It is, in both cases, it is compound interest. Okay. So for the first case, let's call it compound interest for the first case. Principal amount is 800. And the rate would be half yearly case. We are taking the first case as a half yearly case. So rate would be 10%. So 1 plus 10 by 100, and the number of periods would be 2. In a year there will be 2 half years. So it is equal to minus 800. So amount minus principal. So it is 800 into, it is 1.1 square minus 800. So it comes out to be 800 common 1.1 square minus 1. 1.1 square is 1.21. So it is 800 into 1.21 minus 1. So it is 800 into 0.21. So the compound interest in the first case is 8 ones are 8, 8 twos are 16. So 168 rupees. This is the compound interest of the first case. Compound interest in the second case would be calculated as, now for the second case, it is quarterly. So the number of periods would be 4 quarters in a year. Rate for the year is 20%. So rate for the quarter would be 20 by 4, that is 5%. So we can straight away calculate it as 800 into 1 plus 5 by 100 to the power 4 minus 800. Now 5 by 100 is 1 by 20. So it is 1 by 20. that is 1.05 or 121 by 20. So it is 800 into 21 by 20 to the power 4 minus 800. So here it is going to be a little difficult to calculate. It is 800 into 21 square is 441, and then 441 square is 194481, and then 20 raised to the power 4 is 160000 minus 800. So as you can see, 0000 gets cancelled. 8 cancels 1600 200 times. 00 becomes decimal, and if you divide, it will come out to be 194481 point upon 200. So it is 2 divided by 900. 9, 2 9s are 18, so 14 7 times, then 2 times, then 4 times, and then we also have, so it is 9, 2 9s are 18, 14 7, then 2 times, then 4 times, then 1, so 0 and 5, and because there are 2 zeros, so it is 972.405 minus 800. So the interest is 172.405. 172.405. It is 172.40, let's say. This is the interest value. Now in our question, it is asking what is the difference between the interests. In the first case, the difference was 168, and in the second case, the difference is 172. The difference between these two interest values is 4.40. So the answer of the question would be 4.40 rupees. Okay, so the answer of the question is 4.40. Please be very careful. Interest in the first case is 168 rupees. Interest in the second case is 172.40 rupees. So the difference would be 4.40 rupees. Now for question number 11, let's apply the basic method of calculation of compound interest, that is based on successive change. What will be the compound interest on a sum of rupees 1875 after 2 years if the rate of interest for the first year is 4% and for the second year is 8%? Let's use the successive change method. Let's say the principal amount is 1875 rupees in the first year. In the first year, the interest has to be 4%. 4% of 1875. Now 1% of 1875 is 18.75. So 4% will be 18.75 into 4, which is 75 rupees. So this 75 is the interest for the first year, and it gets added to 1875. So this will come out to be 1875 plus 75, that is, if you add, it is 1950 rupees. Now for the next year, this will become the principal, and for the second year, interest rate is 8%. This 8% will be calculated on 1950. Again, 1% of 1950 is 19.5 into 8%, because we have to calculate 8% into 8. Now 19.5 into 8 is equal to, let's calculate it. 19.5 double is 39, 39 double is 78, into 2 is 156. So the second year interest is 156 rupees, and this gets added to 1950. So the final amount after 2 years becomes 1950 plus 156. It is 2106 rupees. This is the final amount, and this is the successive change method, right? So the question says, what is the total compound interest? So the total compound interest will be the final amount A minus P. So the compound interest in this case is equal to A minus P. This was 19.5. Okay. So A minus P, that is equal to 2106 minus 1875. So we have 225 plus 6, 231 rupees. So 231 rupees is the answer of this question. All right. Now for question number 12, let's use the same method. P, principal amount, is 5,000 rupees. On 5,000 in the first year, the rate is 2%. It says the compound interest for 3 years, while the rate of interest of first, second and third year is 2, 3 and 4% respectively. So the first year it is 2%. So 2% of 5,000. that will be equal to 1% will be 50 rupees, 2% will be 100 rupees. So the first year interest is 100 rupees. This 100 is added to 5,000. This 100 is the first year interest. So it becomes 5,100 rupees. Now, the interest is, second year, the interest is 3%. 3% of 5,100. So 1 year interest is 51. 1% is 51. 1% of 5,100 is 51 into 3. So it is 153 rupees is the interest for the second year. It gets added to 5,100. So it becomes 5,253 rupees. All right. Now for the third year, the rate is 4%. 4% of 5253. All right. So 1% of 5253 will be 52.53. So 4% would be equal to multiply by 4. So 52.53 into 4 would be equal to, let's see, 50 into 4 is 200. 2.5 into 4 is 10. So 210.12. 210.12. Okay. Now this is the third year interest. This gets added to 5253. So this becomes 5463.12. This is our final amount. All right. So the question is saying what will be the amount? Okay. So the final answer is 5463.12 rupees. All right. This is the answer of this question. Okay. Now, in question number 13, what we do is, let's assume the principal to be 100. Question number 13, it says, what sum will amount to 15,916.59 in 3 years at compound interest? The interest is for the first, second and third year being 3, 2 and 1% respectively. So what we do is, let's assume that the principal is 100. Now, the first year interest is 3%. 3% of 100 will be 3 rupees. This gets added, it becomes 103. Second year interest is 2%. 2% of 103, that will be 1% is 1.03 into 1.03 into 2, that is 2.06. 2.06 is added and it becomes 2.06 is added and becomes 105.06. Okay. Third year interest is 1%. 1% of 105.06, it becomes 1.05 approximately. If that is added, or let's say 1.0506, when that is added, it becomes 106.1106. This is the final amount. Okay. Now this final amount of 106.1106 is given equivalent to 15916.59. Then how much is 100 equivalent to? That is the question. Okay. So 15916.59 into 100 divided by 106.1106. All right. So if you remove the decimals, you will get 15916.59. Sorry, if you have to remove the decimal, so don't take any decimal. This is 1591659 into 100 divided by 106.1106, and then yeah, correct. Now if you divide this 100 by 2, you will get 50 here, and the denominator by 2, you will get 2 5s are 10, 5 3s are, then 0, then 11, so 2 5s are 10, then 11, so 10, and 6, that is 3. Right. Now look at this closely. 530553 3 times will be 1591659. Check it. 3 threes are 9, 3 fives are 15. 1 carry forward, 3 fives are 15 plus 1 16. 1 carry forward, 0. So 1, 3 threes are 9, 3 fives are right. So this goes off 3 times. Alright, so it is 3 into 100 into 50. That becomes 15,000. So 15,000 is the principal amount in this case. There is another way of doing the same question. If you look at the options, options are 18,000, 12,000 and 15,000. Whereas the interests are 3%, 2% and 1%. In general, if you simply add, we get around 6%. Now 6% only on 15,000 will come out. If you add that, let's say 6% of 15,000 is 900 approximately. So the answer would be 15,900 close to. Here the value given is 15,916. So approximately we could have said that our answer would be closer to 15,000. Okay. Now only because none of these is there, we have done all this calculation. Okay. Right. Let's take up question number 14. Principal amount is given to be 800 rupees. The rate is 5% and we have to calculate for 2.5 years. Okay. So we'll still use the successive change method. So for the first year, it is 5%. 5% of 800, that is 40 rupees. 40 is added. That you can calculate. 10% is 80, so 5% is 40. So 840. In the second year, again 5%. 5% of 840. 10% is 84, so 5% would be 42. So second year interest is 42. It is added to 840. It becomes 882. But in the third year, interest is not 5%. It is only half year, so it is 2.5%. In the third year, we have to consider only half year. So it is 2.5%. 2.5% of 882. Now let's see. 10% would be 88.2. 5% would be 44.1. And 2.5% would be half of 44.1. That is 22.05. Okay. So that is added and it becomes 1004.05. Sorry, 904.05. Okay, this is the final amount. This is the final amount. So we have to calculate the interest. So the interest value, the compound interest value is amount minus principal. So it is 904.05 minus 800. So it is equal to 104.05 rupees. As you can see, the options are very close. So you have to do the entire calculation. Okay. There's a similar process to be followed in question number 15. The only thing is here the final amount is given. So let's start with, let's assume that the principal amount is 100. Here it says on what sum will the compound interest for 2.5 years at 10% amount to rupees 6352.5. Okay, so let's take 100. In the first year, the interest would be 10%. So 10% of 100, it will become 10 rupees. So the first year interest is 10, so amount becomes 110. In the second year, again 10%. But 10% on 110, so it is 11. So this gets added and it becomes 121. In the third year, we don't have the complete third year. We have only half of the third year. So it is, and the full year rate is 10%. So half year rate would be 5%. 5% of 121. Now 10% would be 12.1. So 5% would be 6.05. And that gets added to the amount and it becomes 127.05. That 127.05 is given equivalent to 6352.5. Okay, so 127.05 is given equivalent to 6352.5. All right, then how much will be the principal amount, that is 100, equivalent to? So it is 6352.5 into 100 upon 127.05. So if you remove the decimals, it will become 63525 into 100 divided by 12705. Very clearly, if you see 12705 5 times is 63525. Okay, so cancel it. So it becomes 50 times because there is a 0 also. So 50 into 100, that is 5,000. So the principal amount in this question should be rupees 5,000. Okay. Now let's take up the next question, question number 16. It says a sum of money at compound interest becomes 9 times in 2 years. Find the rate percent. I think the direct formula application would be better. A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power n. Now A is given 9 times the principal amount. Alright, so we put 9P is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power 2. So P gets cancelled. And now 9 is 3 square. So 3 square is equal to 1 plus R by 100 square. So if you remove the squares, you get 3 equal to 1 plus R by 100. Now 1 goes to the other side and we get 2 equal to R by 100. So simple calculation, R is equal to 200%. So the rate is 200% in this case. Alright. The next one, question 17, it says a sum of money at compound interest becomes 8 times in 3 years, the rate percent per annum. Similar question, and we'll follow the similar process. A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power n. A is given 8 times P, so it is 8P equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power 3. Now P gets cancelled. 8 itself is 2 cube. Why are we converting into cube? Because the other side is also a cube. So 1 plus R by 100 to the power 3. So both sides are cubes of something. So we remove the cubes and we get 2 is equal to 1 plus R by 100. 1 goes to the other side. So 2 minus 1 is 1 equal to R by 100. So R is equal to 100%. So in this question, the rate is 100%. Alright. Now, question number 18 is a much simple question. Let's see. It says if a sum of money at compound interest amounts to thrice itself in 3 years. So let's say if it is P, let's say the initial amount is P. In 3 years, it amounts to thrice itself. So 3 years, it becomes 3 times. Now, this is the beautiful property of compound interest, that it gets multiplied by the same value. Remember, in simple interest, it gets added by the same value, whereas in compound interest, it gets multiplied by the same value in the same period. So in every 3 years, it will keep multiplying by 3. So here it is multiplied by 3. So in next 3 years, again, it will be multiplied by 3. So 3P into 3 will become 9P. The question is asking in how many years will it become 9 times itself. So you see, it becomes 9P here. And in how many years? 3 years plus 3 years, so 6 years. So the answer is simply 6 years. Alright, this is the only thing that we had to do in this question. Remember, in compound interest, in the same period, the amount will get multiplied by the same value. So in the first 3 years, it gets tripled. So whatever it is, it will get triple in the next 3 years also. So it will become 9P. So total number of years would be 3 plus 3, 6 years. Okay. Similarly, question number 19. If a sum of money at compound interest amounts to 2 times in 3 years, then how many years will it be? 16 times itself. Let's see. P, it becomes 2P in 3 years, right? So this is getting multiplied by 2. So in every period of 3 years, it will keep getting multiplied by 2. All right. So whatever it is 2P now. So in the next 3 years, it will get multiplied by 2. So it becomes 4P. In the next 3 years, whatever it is, it will get multiplied by 2. So it will become 8P. Go on doing till the time you get the required value. So again in the next 3 years, it will become multiplied by 2. So 8P into 2 is 16P. Right? So it has reached the value of 16P in how many periods? 4 periods of 3 years each. So the total time is 3 years into 4, that is 12 years. So the answer is 12 years. So this is how these questions are supposed to be solved. Okay. Now question number 20. The simple interest on a sum at 4% per annum for 2 years is 80 rupees. The compound interest on the same sum for the same period is now. So first we need to calculate the principal amount. Here it is given. The simple interest is 80 rupees. So simple interest, we know the formula is PRT upon 100. Simple interest given is 80 rupees. P we have to calculate. R is given 4%. T is given 2 years upon 100. Right? So 4 cancels 80 20 times and 2 cancels 80 20 10 times. So that means principal amount is 10 into 100, 1000 rupees. Right? So we have the principal amount now, 1000 rupees. Then we have to calculate compound interest for the same period for the same amount. So now for compound interest, we calculate it like this, is equal to A minus P. Now A will be calculated as P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power n minus P. In this case, P is 1000. 1 plus R is 4%. So 4 by 100 to the power 2 minus 1000. So if you calculate, it will come out to be 1000 into 1.04 square, or 104 upon 100 square. So it is 104 into 104 upon 100 into 100 minus 1000. So 0, 0 and 0 get cancelled. 104 square is 10816 upon 10. So it is 108, 1081.6 minus 1000. So it is 81.6 rupees. So that required compound interest is 81.6 rupees. All right. So first we calculate the principal amount and then we calculate the compound interest. Now let's take up the next question, that is question number 21. Look at this carefully. It says if the compound interest on a certain sum for 2 years is 60.6 rupees and the simple interest is 60 rupees. Let's start with the simple interest. We know that simple interest is equal to P into R into T upon 100. Simple interest is given is 60 rupees. That is equal to P into R into T is given 2 upon 100. So we get P into R equal to 60 into 100. So 2 cancels 60 30 times. 30 into 100 is 3000. So we have a value P into R equal to 3000. We'll use it later. Now the second part, the compound interest is given 60.6 rupees. So here we will not use compound interest. We'll use a difference of simple interest and compound interest. I hope you remember, for 2 years, compound interest minus simple interest is calculated as P into R square upon 100 square. Right? Here the compound interest is 60.60 minus simple interest is 60 equal to P into R upon 100 square, that is 10,000. Now 60.6 minus 60 is equal to 0.6. And here we have the other side, we have P into R upon 10,000. Now P into R is already 3000 into R upon 10,000. So basically you have two equations and you have to solve. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 gets cancelled. Now, so that means 10 comes to the other side. So 0.6 into 10 becomes 6 by 3 is equal to R. So that means R is equal to 2%. So this is one very beautiful question. Right? So here we have calculated P into R, that is 3000. And for 2 years, we already know that the difference between compound interest and simple interest is P into R square upon 100 square. From there, 60.6 minus 60, that becomes 0.6. It should be equal to P into R. In place of P into R, we can take 3000 and another R upon 10,000. So we get the value of R. Obviously from here, we can also calculate the principal amount by putting it here. So we know that P into R is 3000. So P into 2 is 3000. Hence, the value of P will be equal to 1500 rupees. So if necessary, though it is not necessary in this question, we can calculate principal value, a principal amount value also, right? So in this question, it was only asking the rate, so it is 2%. If principal amount is required, we can calculate it is 1500 rupees. Okay. Now, question number 22 is same as question 21. It says the compound interest on a certain sum for 2 years is 105 and simple interest is 100. All right. So in this case, we can also take it like this. We can still follow the same process, or there is another way of doing the same question. Let's see. We know that the simple interest for each year has to be the same, right? Let's do it like this. So let's say simple interest values for the first year and for the second year. So 2 year simple interest value is 100 rupees. So the first year it will be 50 rupees. Second year it will be again 50 rupees. We also know that the compound interest for the first year is same as the simple interest for the first year. So it has to be 50 rupees. In the question, it is given that the total 2-year compound interest is 105. First year compound interest is 50. So the second year compound interest will be 105 minus 50, that is 55 rupees. Alright. We also know that the rate of increment of the amounts is same as the rate of increment of the compound interest values. Right? So first year compound interest is 50 rupees. Second year compound interest is 55 rupees. So just calculate whatever is increased here. So what is the value increased? 5 rupees. 5 rupees as a percentage of 50 rupees will be rate equal to 5 upon 50 into 100. Now 5 upon 50 is 1 by 10, so it is 10%. Alright, 0, 0 cancel, 5, 5 cancel. So rate is 10%. So this is another very beautiful way of doing this question. Right? The other way is still there. Other method that we used in previous question, that is still there. What we can do is we can calculate the simple interest first. So SI is equal to PRT upon 100. SI is given 100 is equal to PR and T is given 2. So 2 upon 100. So PR is equal to PR will be equal to 2 into this 2 cancels 150 times. So 100 into 50 is 5000. Alright. And then we do the calculation for difference of compound interest minus simple interest. So compound interest minus simple interest, we know it is PR square upon 100 square, which can be written as PR into R upon 10,000. And the difference of compound interest simple interest can be calculated as 105 minus 100. So it is 5 equal to, in place of PR we write 5000 into R upon 10,000. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 5 cancels by 5. So R is equal to 10%. So this was the other method of doing the same question. Okay. Alright. Now, the next question, 23rd. This is a direct application of the formula of difference. It says the difference between simple interest and compound interest on rupees 1250 for 2 years. Make sure that the question is for 2 years only. So in that case, directly you can calculate that required difference for 2 years is equal to PR square upon 100 square. Now P is given as 1250. R is given as 4, so it is 4 square upon 100 square is 10,000. So 1 0 is cancelled. 125 by 1000 will be 8, and 4 square is 16, so it is 16 upon 8, which is 2 rupees. So this is one direct simple question. The difference between compound interest and simple interest for 2 years is PR square upon 100 square. That you can apply in this question. Alright. Question 24. It says on a certain sum of money, the simple interest for 2 years is 200 and the rate of 7% per annum. Find the difference between compound interest and simple interest. Here it is given that the simple interest for 2 years is given, right? So we'll apply SI is of 200 rupees. So we have SI equal to PRT upon 100. SI is 200. So we have simple interest is 200. So it is PR into 2 upon 100. So 2 cancels 200 100 times. So we have PR equal to 100 into 100, that is 10,000. And then we can calculate the difference between SICI, and it is a question of 2 years, so we can take it as PR square upon 100 square. We can break it as PR into R upon 10,000. We have already calculated PR as 10,000 into R is given 7 upon 10,000. So 10,000 and 10,000 get cancelled and we get difference as 7 rupees. Right? So this is one way of doing this question. Okay. The other way could have been, as we did in one of the previous questions, we divide into years. So simple interest, first year or for any year will remain same. Total simple interest for 2 years is 200 rupees. So for the first year, simple interest will be 100 rupees. For the second year, simple interest will also be 100 rupees. Right? But compound interest, when it comes to the first year, compound interest will be 100 rupees. And the second year compound interest will be R% more than first year compound interest. Now R is given as 7%. So 107 is the second year interest. So total 2-year simple interest is 200. Total 2 years compound interest is 207. So the required difference is equal to 207 rupees minus 200 rupees is equal to 7 rupees. So this is the other way of doing the same question. All right. The next question, we can still do it directly. It says the difference between compound interest and simple interest on a certain sum at 5% for 2 years is rupees 1.5. Find the sum. This is a direct application of the formula. Question 25. It is that required difference. We already know it is equal to PR square upon 100. Difference value is given 1.5. P we have to calculate. R is given 5, so it is 5 square. Sorry, it is PR square upon 100 square. So 5 square upon 100 square. So we have 1.5 equal to P into 25 upon 10,000. Now 25 cancels 10,000 400 times. So P is equal to 400 into 1.5, that is 600 rupees. Alright, so this is question number 25. Okay. Now, question 26. Question 26, it says the difference between the compound interest and simple interest on a certain sum at 3% per annum for 3 years is 27.27. It is for 3 years. We cannot do it directly. Okay. Now the question says find the sum. Alright, so here we will follow the normal process. That is, let's calculate the, let's assume the principal amount to be P and calculate the simple interest for 3 years. So simple interest will be equal to P R T upon 100. P is not known, R is 3 and T is 3. So it is upon 100. So it is 9 upon 100 P. Similarly, compound interest will be equal to A minus P. So it is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power N minus P. Here it is P into 1 plus R is 3 and N is also 3 minus P. Now 1 plus 3 upon 100 is 1.03. So it is P into 1.03 cube minus P. Now 1.03 cube, we have done the methods of cube and that comes out to be 1.092727 minus P. So if you subtract, it gets 0.092727 times P. This is simple interest was 0.09 P. So the difference of compound interest minus simple interest would be, if you subtract, you will get 0.002727 P. Alright, and the difference given already is 27.27 rupees. So 27.27 is equal to 0.002727 P. So hence P is equal to 10,000 rupees. You can see only the decimals have to be adjusted. So it is 10,000 rupees is the principal amount. So this is slightly different because it is for 3 years. Okay. Now question number 27. It says the difference between compound interest and simple interest on rupees 8,000 for 3 years is at 5% per annum. We'll have to follow the same process. Simple interest is equal to PRT by 100. So 8,000 into R is 5 into 3 upon 100. So 0, 0, 0, 0. It cancelled and we have this to be equal to 15 into 8, 120. So it is 1,200 rupees. This is simple interest. Alright. Now compound interest. So compound interest will be equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power N. So P is 8,000. Then it is 1 plus R by 100, that is 5 by 100 to the power 3 minus P, that is 8,000. So it is 8,000. We have done this calculation many times. 5 by 100 is 1 by 20, then 21 by 20 whole cube minus 8,000. Now this comes out to be 8,000 into 9261 upon 8,000 minus 8,000. So 8,000, 8,000 cancel. We get 9261 minus 8,000 as 1261 rupees. So simple interest is 1,200, compound interest is 1261 rupees. So the required difference is equal to 1261 minus 1200. It is 61 rupees. Alright. Now question number 28. It says a compound interest on a sum of money for 3 years at 5% is 1324.05. What is the simple interest, right? So we have done this 5% thing many a times. So straight away let's attack this question. Compound interest would be equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power N minus P. Okay, so here we have to calculate what is the simple interest, right? So that means in this case first we need to calculate P and then the answer. Okay, so compound interest given is 1324.05. 1324.05 is equal to principal amount into 1 plus 5 by 100 to the power 3 minus principal amount. Now 1 plus 5 by 100, we have already seen it is 1 by 20. 1 plus 1 by 20 is 21 by 20. And cube of that will be, so 1324.05 is equal to P into 9261 upon 8,000 minus P. So if you subtract, if you take P common, it will be 9261 upon 8000 minus 1, which comes out to be equal to P into 1261 upon 8000. So we get the value of P equal to 1324.05 into 8000 divided by 1261. Alright. First, let's do one thing. Multiply 1324.05 by 8000. Okay. So this will give us 105,924. Right. So it is 105,924 divided by 1261, which will be further equal to 8400. Okay, so this is 8400. This is the principal amount. All right. Now the question is asking what is the simple interest for 3 years at the same rate 5%. So that we can calculate now. Let's say if we have, let's calculate here. Now that's required simple interest will be simply PRT, that is 8400, into R, that is 5, into T, that is 3 upon 100. So 0, 0 gets cancelled and we get 84 into 5, which is 420, 420 into 3, which is 1260. So it is 1260 rupees. So in this question, the important thing was to calculate the principal amount first.